Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you on this wonderful morning in Delhi. We are on the penultimate day of the monthly settlement for July, which has been a forgettable month for the Nifty. I'll request the PCI to kindly fire the daily chart of the index, which closed at 24,820 yesterday, up 140 points. But this is a phase where the index has lost for 5 consecutive weeks. We've given back 1,000 points on the Nifty back to the bears, and this is after a sustained rally of about 17% from a low of about 24,500 to about 21,500 to about 25,600. So a bit of a pullback coming into the markets for various reasons, two of them being very prominent. One, first quarter earnings have been nothing to talk about. Not one single company has pleased investors, and therefore many of them have booked sales one after the other, booked profit. The second reason is the continued absence of the Indo-US trade deal. We'll talk about it a little later as well. We have a view coming in from US President Trump about imposition of tariffs on India. We'll discuss that a bit later. But this is the state of play as far as India is concerned. A bit of a downtick in July, down about 1,000 points or 4.1% on the Nifty. This is after a rally of about 17% in March, April, May and June. Therefore, this loss of about 1,000 points from the top is really not worrying, but 4 consecutive weeks of continuous sales, and now we are on T-1. Just as I had said, tomorrow is the end of account for the FNO expiry, triple witching. Futures and options will expire tomorrow, and that's the reason why you saw a mild bout of short covering happening yesterday, and even today it's most likely that you will see some shorts being covered. It's been a very painful month for many stocks on the frontline space. You have selling pressure which has mounted substantially on IT stocks. The index itself on IT is down 10% when you look at the overall positioning, but a lot of pain ahead. Look at Trent, it's down 19.5% in the last month alone, closed at about 5,000. You have then the top 3 tech losers: HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra, TCS, down anywhere between 12 to 15%. And of course, you have selling pressure on Axis, Nestle, Shriram Finance, down between 9 and 11%. This I'm talking about Nifty stocks. These are, the extent of losses that you've seen. Within the FNO space, the top loser is Indian Energy Exchange. This is down 30% in July alone. Look at Solar Industries, down 18%. Selling pressure on the defense space. A lot of profit booking happening on BDL. Massgaon Dock down about 17-16% in the past month. So that's the selling pressure that you've seen, and gainers are, ladies and gentlemen, primarily from the pharma space. A lot of money moving into defensive counters. Laurus Labs at a record high, up 25%. Glenmark hitting the skies, 2158. It's added 23% to its total in the month of July. And similarly, you have the likes of Biocon, Syngene, Torrent Pharma, Mankind Pharma, many of them posting very strong double-digit gains on substantial volumes and very heavy demand. The other set that's done extremely well is the IT space on the internet side. So you have Paytm, which is up 16% as far as markets are concerned in the month of May. Eternal, which is Zomato, adding 16%. But what we'll do is, before we get our guests in today, we'll be joining by Gaurang Shah, Senior Vice President for Geojit Investments. Kiran Jani, Head of Technical Research at Jainam Broking, will be joining us a little later in the show. But for the moment, as you can see how US President Trump has again threatened India with fresh tariffs. Let's hear in what he says, and then we'll have a word with Gaurang on how serious that threat is to Mr. Trump.
India's been, they're my friends and he's my friend. And, you know, they ended the war with Pakistan at my request, and that was great. And Pakistan did also. You know, we did a lot of great settlements, including the recent one, as you know, with Cambodia, So that was a great one. I think that's been pretty well finalized now, right?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Did I do a good job on that one? I did a good job in about 5 different wars. Do you think I'll get credit for it? No. So, will I get credit for it? She'll say yes. No.
Is the deal with India finalized?
No, it's not.
Okay. So what rate are you expecting?
Well, we're going to see. We're going to see. But India's been a good friend. But India has charged basically more tariffs than almost any other country.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a repeat of what is happening over the last 3 months or so. A trade deal which is not in sight, a trade deal that is renegotiated again and again. Either the Indian trade delegation is in the US, or at the moment the US trade delegation is in India. They keep on postponing the eventual date of when the pact will be announced, and that's like a situation where you have horrors without end instead of a horrible end. If the US and India were to say there is no pact in the offing, the market will react for a day and then move on. But if this limbo continues, then it's a death by 1,000 cuts. Slowly but certainly, the index keeps on slipping, and that's what you have seen. We'll look at some good news in the market. Let's look at record highs that have come up in the month of June. In the month of July, there is the likes of Laurus Labs representing the pharma space, 909.85. Torrent Pharma, again a very, very strong candidate from the pharma space. We've seen 3768, and of course you have Fortis Labs. This is Fortis Hospital actually, 851. Other winners are EID, Parry and HDFC AMC. These were record highs yesterday. But this is as good a time as any to welcome my very dear friend Mr. Gaurang Shah, Senior Vice President at Geojit Securities. A warm welcome, Gaurang. Namaskar. Swagat hai aapka. As usual, you are nattily dressed. This is an ongoing battle between you and me. You will not tell me your tailor, and I will not stop asking this question. Be that as it may, what do you think of sentiment on Dalal Street at this moment, my friend? We've seen a 1,000-point correction on the Nifty.
Well, Akshay, thank you so much for inviting me on this show. Good morning to you and all the viewers of BTTV. On the onset, first of all, let me say that I've been feeling a vacuum because I've not been interacting with you on this show. It was Sakshi that I've been interacting. But it's good to see you this morning, Shail bhai. Really wonderful. And I hope you are in pink of health and everything is well with your family. As far as the tailor is concerned, I think I am going to book his ticket from Mumbai to Delhi and I'm going to send him over. Because I think our meeting and timing has not been matching. But I'll definitely do that, Shail bhai. As far as markets is concerned, I think 25,200 plus last week. You're always welcome, Shail bhai. So 25,200 plus last week, and we saw 24,600 and something beginning of this week. That is on Monday, and then yesterday a recovery. Earnings has been disappointing. Let's face it. I don't think we have to argue on that front. Whatever we have seen up till now, Shail bhai, I think more than half of earnings season is yet to be seen. Let's hope the remainder half is a shade and a color better than what we've seen in the first half of first quarterly earnings this new financial year. F&O expiry tomorrow is going to be choppy, volatile. Broad range for the markets, if you ask me, after given the lows that we've seen reaching 24,700. 24,600 and 25,000 on the higher side. That's going to be a broad range of 400 points on the Nifty spot. so and so forth for Sensex. Stock specific movements will definitely be there. I don't think we need to react to this so-called intelligent, so-called world peacemaker, because according to me, I have a very different opinion about this gentleman. There is a country called America which has been supplying vulnerable countries with geopolitical situation with arms and ammunition. And here, this guy is talking about breaking peace amongst the countries. I'm 110% sure after whatever statements that were made by Honorable Prime Minister yesterday on the floor of the House, there was no interference as far as Operation Sindoor is concerned, either from Trump or from his counterparts or from anywhere rest of the world. I'm quite convinced about it. So let him do what he has to do. And honestly, Shane, 2nd of April was the date when he announced all these tariffs. Why did he pull it till August and beyond? I mean, if you want to do it, and that too, what you said in that charter, that big black board that he displayed in front of the world, the tariffs were completely different over there, and the tariffs are completely different when they are signing the deal. And I think the biggest loser in this is European Union, according to what the
Yes.
deals they have signed with us. I think they're the biggest loser, and I think they'll pay a price for us as we go into the future. But as far as India is concerned, let us be rest assured to ourselves. Forget about anybody else in the world. Let us be rest assured to ourselves. I don't think there's going to be any major negative impact from a long-term point of view on the Indian markets or on the Indian economy as far as trade happening or not happening, or a tariff deal happening or not happening with the US. That's primarily because it's a very small percentage. Now, coming to the market share, I think we need to give it a breather. What does market thrive upon is earnings. And if earnings don't deliver, don't expect markets to do anything more. So I think we need to give it a time. We need to take a holiday, if I'm not mistaken. Give market its time and let us see how things perform. But earnings has been disappointing, and I don't think there's going to be much excitement, at least in the near term, for the markets.
Yes, and that's the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we get Gaurang Bhai so often. He calls spade a spade, be it the US president, be it bulls on Dalal Street, or be it bears on Dalal Street. Markets will always rise in the medium term on the earnings outlook. If it gets diminished, then markets will give back some of the gains that they've collected over the past so many months, and that's exactly what is happening. Gaurang, just a bit of a detour into the market. The pre-open is with us. Just allow me a moment. 58 points up on the Nifty, 24,900 is upon us. In terms of most active counters, you see a bit of a move coming into NIACL. This is the insurance company from the government, 5% higher, 182. You have L&T moving up, a very strong order book now at 6 lakh crore rupees. L&T has been one of the favorites that Gaurang has suggested over many years at repeated amount of times. So that's the stock at 35.99. You have HDFC Bank 6 rupees 40 higher, ICICI Bank 2 rupees 80 higher, State Bank of India a rupee higher, and you have a bit of a move coming in on Infosys, still down 3.7 rupees at 15.10. Gaurang, two independent threads that I'd like to discuss with you is this very sharp uptick in pharma stocks. Primarily because it was a defensive play, it was ignored by the market, and you have great winners coming up in July. Stocks like Torrent Pharma, Laurus, smaller ones in the hospital space. How are you viewing this uptick in this defensive space, and any winners that you can think of at current levels?
So amongst the frontline name, I think one company that gave out the numbers which were pretty much in sync with what the street estimates were, and somewhere it was better, was Cipla. We've been positive on this for a pretty long period of time. Some of the mid-cap ideas are Aurobindo, Natco, Gland Pharma, Glenmark. These are some of the other investment ideas. And according to me, Shell, I have always maintained, in fact, when I interact with Sakshi and when Sakshi had also asked me this question about pharmaceuticals. So I had said one thing very clearly, that you can't have only pharmaceutical manufacturing or drug manufacturing companies on your radar. Along with pharma, you need to have healthcare, which is hospitals, And along with that, you need to have diagnostic related companies also on your radar. So this completes your entire universe in terms of the pharmaceutical services. And the fact still remains, and I think it is not going to be disputed for many, many years. That fact is, Shell, that India was, India is, and India will remain pharmacy to the world, irrespective of 200% tariff or whatever has been spoken about by President Trump.
Yes, I think that's a phrase that Gaurang has repeated often at times when there has been a dip in the pharma space, that we will continue to be the leading pharmacy of the world. And there is another analogy that I've often heard my American friends talk about. Anything that they ingest will be Indian. Anything that defines their home will be Chinese. So if it's a smartphone increasingly Indian. But if it's TVs, if it's fridges, if it's clothing and all, that will be made in China. But if you are ingesting a medicine, that will come from India. So that's how it is. Gaurang, another view on IT. I'll request the PCR to kindly fire the long-term charts of Infosys, TCS, the IT index in particular. A 10% downtick on the index alone in July. Value stock pickers like yourself would be rubbing their hands with glee that you have an opportunity to buy this sector lower. But what is your gut feel? We have news coming in, TCS wanting to fire 12,000 folks. Hiring is at standstill. Attrition rate has also come down. How are you analyzing the IT space against the backdrop of repeated bad news?
Shail bhai, disappointing is definitely visible in the numbers delivered by the IT companies, especially some of the large cap and some of the mid cap names. According to the verbatim given by the management and our understanding of that numbers and the verbatim, there could be pain slipping into the second quarter earnings. Absolutely not denying that. Reduction in terms of employee count and of course the threat of AI. Of course, AI is something that is evolving, Shelby. I don't think we need to give so much of importance. Let us evolve. Let us see how it impacts, and then we'll take a call. Third angle negative is the US slowdown, budgetary and discretionary cuts. In case what President Trump is doing finally ends up on a negative impact on the economy, slowdown, interest rate cuts not coming in, and of course strings getting tightened up for your purse in terms of budgetary and discretionary spend. So that's going to hurt because large part of our top line and bottom line income of our IT companies comes in from the US. Shifting focus to rest of the world will take time in terms of business strategy. Till such time, I think there's going to be pain. Whether these are bargain hunting times, I would be selectively yes. Let me give a small disclosure, Shelby, which I forgot during the beginning of the program. All recommendation in terms of investment ideas are going to be from our research team. Our company, Geojit or I, we do not have any personal investments or any financial interest, nor there is any kind of conflict of interest. But we give advice to our clients on similar lines. They might have their investment interest in the stocks that are recommended. So our fundamental team, Shelby, remains positive as of now on TCS, Infosys, HCL, Tech Mahindra, KPIT Tech, LTI Mindtree, L&T Technologies, Coforge. These are some of the ideas that we are maintaining. But my humble request to all your viewers is that, look, if you want to nibble in, don't go all out. Start maybe 15-20% at current levels. I think you will get plenty of opportunity as we go into the future to add to the stock at lower level.
Okay, that's a very sensible advice coming in. We'll also welcome Mr. Kiran Jani, Head of Technical Research at J&M Broking. I'll request the PCR to kindly fire the long-term chart of Nifty. Namaste Kiran ji, and as always, it's such a pleasure to host you. We'll start with the Nifty. 1,000 points taken off by the market after a rally of 4,000 points. So 25% is what the market has taken back. Now, at a 1 month low, this number was seen on June 13th, June 15th, as far as the index is concerned. What is your gut feel about the market at this point of time? Is August going to be equally painful?
Very good morning, everyone. So basically, if you look at the Nifty long-term chart, this rally has been started from July 2022. After that, we have seen there are multiple different kind of a geopolitical tension and domestic and international news where we there. We made a high of 26,200. After that, there are structurally downfall started, and we created a very good bottom somewhere around 22,000, which is exactly 38% retracement from the rally from July 2022 to the all-time high. Now, from that 22,000 low to recent high of 25,700, if we again put the Fibonacci retracement, again we are taking a support at 38%, 38.2%. So 38.2% is remember or it's recognized as a very strong support whenever there is a structural bull run or whatever the structural rally been started. So as of now, 24,500 to 600 going to be a very good support. Previously also from where the rally started from 22,000, we have seen market is consolidated for a while during the range of 24,500 to 24,700. Then again we have seen a sharp rally towards 25,500. Now again market retested that particular zone. No doubt market is trading below its 50 days moving average. But again, a long-term moving average is like 100 days and 200 days moving, it's still intact. Considering the momentum indicator, if you look at the intraday chart, it is oversold. It is trading into the oversold territory with multiple positive divergence. So there are chances we can see some short covering rally. This short covering rally should live till 25,000. Once market closes about 25,000, then we believe that August month, starting of the festival, we can see some good amount of rally if market is sustaining about 25,000. So as of now, from 25,000 to 24,500, it is the zone where we can see market will consolidate, but buy on the dips will be the preferred strategy. Keep a strict stop loss below 24,500. Above 25,000, we can expect sharp rally towards 25,500 to 25,700 for sure. And we are very much bullish and optimistic for this August month that market can give a very good return. Coming to the Bank Nifty level, Bank Nifty has a very good support at 55,500. So any
Sir,
dips towards
just a moment. Yeah. Yeah, what I suggest is that you pick out your favorite pharma stock. I'll go to Gaurang and then come back to you. Gaurang, a common friend of ours, I was just chatting to him about the broader structure of the market at this point of time. And he was suggesting that, we may be at the fag end of a 5-year bull market, a 6-year bull market, and maybe the start of a quasi bear or a distinct bear market on Indian equities, primarily on the earnings show that has come up. Where do you stand on this part of the argument?
Honestly, Shell, I hate to be on the fence. But given the kind of earnings that we have in front of us, of course, there are multiple events which have unfolded at the global arena, along with your trade, Trump, tariff tantrums, to geopolitical, to a little bit of disappointment in terms of consumption-related push. So my sense is that I would possibly be a little bit more optimistic over here. I would give it another quarter. My understanding, clearly is that possibly in the second half of the financial year, that is from third quarter onwards, we will see some amount of green shoots, which may have a positive impact on the overall market. The reason why I say third and fourth quarter earnings would be by that time, hopingly, all this noise would be behind us. It will be in the rear view mirror. And I think we'll have a clear path ahead of us. So hence, I feel that maybe second quarter will also be a little bit of troublesome. But third quarter onwards, hoping that there will be a decent amount of recovery.
Right. The markets are upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Just a green tick, and that green tick disappeared. 24,824 for you, flat as flat can be. Bank Nifty is down 40 points. IT index is down 35 points. So we have an advanced decline ratio of 1200 is to 400. That's positive as far as bulls are concerned. And of course, we look at the mid cap and the small cap index. Small cap index is flat, 18,276. The mid cap index is flat as well, 57,956. Winners in the markets at this point of time are few and far between. What we'll do is we'll start with the index heavyweights and look at how the banks are doing at this point of time. The top winner is L&T, 120 rupees higher, 36.17. I'll request Kiran Ji to keep the chart of L&T ready. We'll also have HDFC Bank 2 rupees 70 higher, ICICI Bank down 5 rupees, not to be worried about. Tata Motors down 23 rupees. There's a news coming in that it might want to buy the Italian truck maker Invesco for about $5.5 billion. That's going to be painful for the balance sheet, but for the moment, you have New India Assurance up 6% at 183.5. You have Varun Beverages 2% higher at 522.75. You have GIC Ray buzzing 2% higher at 379. And you have GMR Airports 1.2% higher, 91. So nothing much to talk about. Nifty back in the green, 34 points higher, 24,853. Kiranji, coming to you, a view on L&T and your favorite pharma stock.
First about the L&T, if you look at the overall chart pattern, yesterday there was a bullish candlesticks pattern and somewhere around it's sustainable, it's 100 and 200 is moving average. No doubt today there is a big gap up, so we don't want to chase this gap up, but any dips towards 3600 or 3500 would be the great buy. Keep a strict stop loss below 3500. If prices is not breaking below 3500, we can expect some price target somewhere around 3800 for upcoming time. Now coming to the pharma, we have two stocks which we are liking. First is the large cap pharma, Sun Pharma. If you look at the Sun Pharma chart pattern, the stock price is consolidating from 1700 to 1630. So out of this 70 rupees of range, now Sun Pharma is giving a fresh breakout. So at current market price or any dips towards 1700 can be a good buy. Keep a strict stop loss below 1680 and you can expect price target towards 1850, 1900 in upcoming time. Another pharma stock which we are like, there is Gland Pharma. If you look at the Gland Pharma chart from 4,000, a steep bearish trend has been started and it made a low of somewhere around 1,000 rupees. From 1,000 rupees, almost 100% recovery. Now stock price is trading at 2,100. At 2,100, this is the third time stock price is taking attempt to cross this particular resistance. And every time the stock price is making higher lows only. Now the momentum indicator is back into the bullish zone. So any dip towards 2000 to 2100, this is the accumulation zone. Keep a strict stop loss below 2000 and you can expect price target towards 2600 for sure. So Gland Pharma looks very much promising. Definitely one can go long on Gland Pharma.
Okay. Let me just point out some initial winners in the trade. Naveen Fluorine is at a fresh all-time high, 5180. This is also a high on EID Parry, 1212, up about 0.5%. You have a strong move coming into fertilizer maker Coromandel International, 1.8% higher, and you have a 5% uptick on GV Transmission and Distribution at 25.89 or something. Volume buzzers, nothing much to talk about, but a strong move coming into government insurers, NIACL 5% higher, and of course a strong move also coming into private insurer Star Health. Let me just see whether this is just a 1 or 2 space move or you have more brokers, more insurance companies moving up. No, you just have NIACL and GIC Ray in terms of winners on the insurance side from the government space. Coming back to you, Gaurang, a view on L&T. This has been a favorite of yours, which has created a lot of wealth for long-term shareholders, either by spinning of subsidiaries into listed entities, or even by its own self. 6 lakhs crores worth of order book, the counter at 200-day DMA. Your view?
I think, honestly, I continue to maintain my view even much more stronger with greater confidence and conviction. Purely because of even during this challenging time, especially in the Middle East and the GCC countries, the company has managed to deliver numbers which were better than what the estimates were by and large on the street late last evening. It has been a wealth creator, a jewel in your portfolio. It is one of the most investor-friendly companies, if you ask me, in terms of giving out bonuses. Uh, one is to one, or for every 2 shares held, one bonus. Post getting adjusted for X bonus, giving it a little bit time, the price of the stock comes to come bonus. This is the kind of wealth it creates, and it has got almost 8 decades of historical record to prove its credibility. I think the diversified business that they have across segments have been contributing to the balance sheet. And the verbatim given by the management post numbers last evening was very, very strong and very, very confident. So we have been maintaining a positive view on LLT, and we continue to do that.
Okay, we'll also focus on one particular earnings, Asian Paints. The stock is flat at 2404. Pain all around as far as Asian Paints is concerned. Terrible performance. Sales flat, 8939 crores. Net profit down 6% at 1117 crores. You have EBITDA slipping 4% lower at 1625 crores. And of course, the stock performance is nothing to be talking about. The management will join us a little later. But to you, Gaurang, the glory days of Asian Paints well behind us. Reliance, which was a major shareholder, recently sold its $1 billion chunk into Asian Paints. Maybe a step back view on the counter at this point?
So, Shail, this is also one of the investment ideas that we were positive. I think it was before last financial year. But since last financial year, there have been a lot of accidents on earnings front. If I'm not mistaken, and I stand to be correct if I'm wrong, it was from the beginning of second quarter last financial year, the pain started. I think that's when around you had Oppo coming into as a large competitor into the market. And surprisingly, I was reading a report about a week, 10 days back. Oppo has become now the third largest market shareholder. This competition is going to have its impact on players like Asian Paints. So that positive coverage on Asian Paints has now gone into negative. We have given a reduced recommendation on Asian Paints. I think the challenges persist. I don't think the numbers that came out were anything exciting to give a bump up to the stock price. Decorative segment downtick continues, margins pressure continues. I think they need to do something out of the box to get back their mojo, to be very honest. Two companies in this sector that we like, Kansai Narolek and I think Berger Paints. These are the two investment ideas.
Okay, a lot of pain around Asian Paints and its performance. Let's just get into the futures market and see what is buzzing in terms of let's look at the gainers at this point of time. Okay, Bank of India 2.5% higher, 115.5. You have a strong move coming into Syngene, 1.5% higher, 721. Poonawalla Finance 1.6% higher. There is a sharp uptick on a company called Amber Enterprises, now at a fresh record high, 78.77. And of course, there is no stopping Policy Bazaar, MCX, and Hindustan Aeronautics. Gains are minor, but there is nothing much to talk about as far as markets are concerned. something of critical importance will be rollovers, and Kiran Ji is with us. Kiran Ji, would you want to comment on the rollovers on IT stocks? This is something which will be of great consequence in August. Stocks like Infosys, TCS, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech have dropped anywhere between 9 and 15% in July. Do you see a swing uptick, or is it just bad news?
First of all, let's discuss about the Nifty IT index. If you look at the Nifty IT index, the index has made a very much bullish reversal pattern. Now it is turned down to the bearish pattern. After this bullish pattern breakout, somewhere around 35,000, the indices went up to the 39,000. From 39,000 to back to the his previous breakout level at 35,000. So there is a support of 35,000 for sure. Number two, if you look at the momentum indicator trading into the oversold territory, and considering there are some negative news for the TCS and the results are coming. So for that, there are some cautious approaches there. That is the only reason we are seeing some less number of rollover is happening on large cap company, even though Infosys is there. Now, stock specific, if you look at, there are two stock which we are liking, and the both are from the frontline index, frontline stock only. One is the Wipro and another is the Infosys. So both stock which we are liking at even current market price, you can go long both the stock. If you look at the Infosys chart at current market price, it has made a reversal pattern, and there is a bullish hammer candlesticks pattern available on daily price chart. The price is made a low of 1480. If prices is not breaking 1480, then we can expect some sharp rally in short time on Infosys for sure. So risk reward ratio is very much favorable. One can go long on Infosys at current market price with the strict stop loss of 1480, and you can expect at least target of 1600, 1640 in upcoming time. Another stock is Wipro. If you look at the Wipro, particularly on daily price chart, there is a multiple bullish divergence pattern. 250 remain a very historical good support. If prices is not breaking and sustaining below 250, then we can definitely can expect 270 to 80 in short time. So Infosys and Wipro definitely can go long. Risk reward ratio is very much favorable. Definitely we can expect some good amount of rally from August, September.
Okay. Coming back to our friend Gaurang and a view on the banking space. Gaurang, we've seen the Nifty having a painful time in July, but that wasn't the case with Bank Nifty. Fairly rock solid, but numbers have been disappointing at HDFC Bank as also ICICI Bank. Would you hold a view on PSUs in the banking space? The reason why I ask is look at Bank India today, 5% higher. The stock has done nothing for 5 years, but right there in front of you, very strong balance sheet, good ratios, and of course, a very, very deep undervaluation relative to even itself. Your view on Bank of India, the PSU basket as well?
So, I think private sector banks have disappointed. Axis also disappointed. Kotak also disappointed. IndusInd, because of the derivative loss, there was pain. HDFC maybe was one which actually sailed through, if I can say that share. Public sector banks, I think they should do better. Whatever we've seen and whatever remains to be seen in terms of earnings of public sector banks. And the overall view on the entire BFSI segment, that is private sector banks, public sector banks, and strong NBFCs, that's a little bit better, Shail bhai. My sense is that if we are going to see difficult times in the market, at least for the next 3 to 6 months, then use this time to create a portfolio dedicated to the BSFI segment, wherein you can have strong public sector banks, strong private sector banks, and strong diversified NBFCs. My sense is that credit demand is likely to show good amount of traction on the upside. On the flip side, you have improvement in asset quality and provisionings coming back. And of course, India is in a sweet spot as far as interest rates cuts are concerned, whereas the rest of the world is fighting with that. So I think BFSI segment, banking and finance should do well.
Okay. Kiranji, to you, a view on Amber Enterprises. This is a PLI led company that has created a lot of wealth. Now, of course, in that fresh record high zone. How is it looking on charts?
So if you look at the Amber Enterprise, definitely the chart price are very much strong. Previously, the stock price made a high of somewhere around 8,000, and from 8,000, stock price started a correction phase. It tested its 200 days moving average somewhere around 5,200, and from there, stock price again back into the high top, high bottom pattern. Recently, the fresh breakout we can see at 7,200. If price is not breaching 7,200, recently it retested 7,200 again. But as of now, the volatility is very much high. But considering the chart pattern, you can definitely go long on Amber Enterprise at current market price or any dips towards 7,500. Keep a strict stop loss below 7,200. And if prices is not breaching 7,200 again, then we can expect price target beyond 8,500 to 8,600 for sure. So if you are looking as an investor point of view, then only Amber Enterprise you can go long.
Okay. Gaurang, your view on the lofty valuations that are there in the PLI space. Has Geojit Securities research team looked at this one, and maybe a view on Amber, and maybe something that you can discuss from on behalf of your research team?
Shell, so we have been positive on the sector, and our research team has, if I'm not mistaken, identified one of the investment ideas, and that company is PG Electroplast Limited. In fact, last 2 or 3 weeks on this show itself, discussing this sector with Sakshi, we had recommended PG Electroplast at a much more lower level than where it is trading right now. I think it was 725 or 730. So we remain positive on the sector. PG Electroplast is the stock. There are certain lofty valuations in some of the names. Of course, because we don't have coverage, it will be difficult for me to come and buy, sell, and hold. But there are a little bit of lofty valuation, stretched out valuation in this sector. Opportunity is huge, Shelby. And I think once we do see that golden sunrise of made in India chip getting launched, according to what the government and the ministries put out, from being a net importer of these equipments will be net exporter of these equipments.
Okay, fair point. With that, Gaurang, thank you so much. And as always, it's such a pleasure to interact with you. I hope to meet you in Mumbai this time. And as always, there's an open invite for you in Delhi.
Thank you so much, Elba. You've been always kind for this and always kind with your invites. My regards to you. Thank you so much for having me.
We'll carry the conversation forward with Kiran Ji. So 9:34, ladies and gentlemen, the first 15 minutes have lapsed. The Nifty is now in the green, up 47 points. Remember, we are on T-1 as far as the monthly expiry of July is concerned. And that puts a lot of pressure on bears to either square up their shorts, which they have incurred during the month, and maybe roll over those short positions in the month of August. Be that as it may, you are seeing short covering happening on the index, and a strong move that is coming into insurance plays, NIACL and GIC Ray. Remember, these are such beaten down valuations that you really wonder what the market is looking at. But now faced with a 200-day moving average, Kiranji will analyze this move as far as NIACL is concerned, and I'll just look at some earnings if there are any on NIACL. Kiranji, over to you.
See, overall, if you look at the NIC or even GIC, the both insurance company look very much promising. Definitely, recently we have given our view on GIC. If you look at the New India Insurance Company, the stock price has a very good support somewhere around 170. Stock price went below 170, but it rebounded, and now it is trading above its 200 days moving average also. So as far as fundamental tailwind is always there, the penetration of insurance into the India and all those stories remain same. But looking at the price chart, definitely one can go long on NISC. Keep a strict stop loss below 170. If prices is not reaching below 170, then definitely we can expect price target of 220 to 215 upcoming time. Similarly, you can look at the GIC also, the general insurance. The general insurance has given a breakout somewhere around 420, 430. After that, prices went up to 500, but again did not sustain and back into the near its previous breakout level. Now, stock price is trading below its all important moving averages. But if you look at the daily price, there is a very steep support of 360 to 350 level. And today the stock price is trading somewhere around 370. So definitely one can go long on general insurance at current market price, keeping in mind that risk reward ratio in our favor. No doubt the price is again I'm re-rating that pricing is trading below its all important moving averages. But overall chart pattern looks very much promising. Risk reward ratio in favor of us. So you keep a strict stop loss below 370 and go long on GIC.
Okay. Now there are some stocks that are reacting on quarterly earnings, and I'll request the PCR if they can fire the share of Hind Rectifiers. It's called HIRECT, HIRECT. A fresh record high. It was up 20% yesterday and almost 9% today. The earnings came in about 2 days ago. Sales rose 58% to 215 crores. Net profit was up 85% at 12.8 crore rupees for the first quarter. And this is a company which is related to the railway space. We are just trying to show you the chart, and this is like the chart says up about 43%. I'll ask Kiran Ji to comment on the counter. No point taking a view in terms of buy or sell, because it's already up 32% in the last 2 trading sessions. What are the charts telling you, Kiran Ji, on Hind Rectifiers?
So definitely a very beautiful chart we can see in the rectifier. If you look at previously, the rally started somewhere around 2023 stock price was trading about 200 rupees, and from that a steadily rally, and stock price is made its all-time high somewhere around 1500 within the 1 year. December 2024 we have seen there is a sharp corrections and prices retested again a retracement level of 38% somewhere around 800 rupees, and from 800 it started a rising again trading into the rising channel. Stock price crosses is all important moving averages and consolidated near 1300 to 1200. Now from that level we can see a cup and handle pattern breakout from 1400, and the target was somewhere around 600. So if you add 600 rupees in 1400, the target would be a 2000. So still rally is left, but again as you mentioned, within the 3 days from 1300 to 1800 we are not supposed to chase this rally, but any dips towards 1500 would be the buy or accumulation zone. So whoever is watching us, wait for the dip somewhere around 1500 to 1600. If you are get those dip, you can accumulate this stock, keep a strict stop loss below 1500, and you can expect price target of 2000 for sure.
Okay, so be very, very cautious, ladies and gentlemen. It's extremely difficult to trade new highs, and I will tell you a practical thing that happens with every trader. You keep on tracking a company that hits repeated highs on the charts, and you are very, very cautious into getting into it, and you avoid it. So till the time you avoid it, it will continue to hit record highs. The moment you buy into that momentum, that is the day when the correction starts. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been the history of many, many traders in many, many stocks. New moves coming into SML Isuzu, 1.9% higher at 34.94. This stock has also appreciated more than 100% in the last 2 months or so. Strong moves coming in this one. I'd like to also point out Premier Energies and Vari Energies. These two are also in top form today, but the market slipping a bit when it comes to the overall positioning. Nifty, of course, mild strength today. L&T gathers pace 4% higher, 36.46. This is also bouncing from its 200-day moving average. We've discussed this one. What else is in top shape as far as long side trades are concerned, which Kiran ji can comment on. Kiran ji, a view on Laurus Labs?
So Laurus Labs, again, a similar chart pattern of pharma. Definitely a stock can be viewed, but again, we are not supposed to chase the rally. Recently, stock price has given, not I can say recently, but in during the June month, the stock price has given a breakout from 600 rupees, and from 600 now it is trading at 900 rupees. So the fantastic rally has been happened. So if anyone is holding this particular stock, they can hold with the strict stop loss of 860, 850. But new buy is not recommended as the rally has been already delivered. I again wanted to re-rate Gland Pharma. Gland Pharma has given a rally, but still a steam is left. Any dip or even at current market price, you can go long. Keep a strict stop loss below 2000 and you can expect a good amount of rally. One more stock from large cap, we already discussed Sun Pharma, but you can also look at the Cipla. Cipla is also giving a fresh breakout. At current market price, one can go long. Keep a strict stop loss below 1500 and you can expect price target of 1700 for sure. So Cipla, Gland Pharma and Sun Pharma, definitely one can look at.
Okay, remember these are in particular Sun Pharma. This is a very very valid point that Kiranji raises. Sun Pharma is not a stock that has participated in this ongoing pharma rally. Flat as flat can be around 200-day DMA. This is a price that you saw in early May, and it's way below its all-time high of 1950, which was there in September 2024. So India's largest company in the pharma space amongst top wealth creators, this is something that you need to look at, given the fact that in the background large parts of pharma has appreciated 10, 15, 20, 25% in July. Let's just look at the Nifty Pharma Index. I'll tell you the monthly rally on the Pharma Index, which itself is about 5%. That's 1000 points. So in the backdrop of a 4% cut on the Nifty in July, the Pharma Index is up 5%. So it's an outperformance of 9 percentage points. Please keep this in mind. And without a doubt in my mind, let me just see this. What is the weightage of the Sun Pharma in the Nifty Pharma Index? Just allow me a moment. This is not something that I check daily, so it will take me a while to figure out this on my software. Yes, Nifty Pharma Index, and the weightage of Sun Pharma is the highest on Nifty Pharma Index, 22%, and Sun Pharma has done nothing. So against this background, please keep an eye out on Sun Pharma when it comes to the month of August, both in futures as also in cash. Now the half hour has lapsed. Let's look at volume buzzers, stocks that are moving both on volume and price. Okay, we've discussed the first one and the third one, which is an IACL and L&T. Heavy selling pressure on sugar company Triveni, 350, down 4.7%. Selling pressure on Blue Dart, 2% lower, 63.45. What else is moving in strength? I'd rather not check this one, so I won't mention out. Okay. Fertilizer space, it needs to be checked because you have many fertilizer stocks hitting record highs. I'll request PCI to kindly fire Deepak Fertilizers, 2.6% higher, 1650, strong volumes, 130% already traded. The charts, Kiranji, what is Deepak Fertilizers telling you?
So overall fertilizer was on our radar and we recommended two stock. I will read it. I will discuss on Deepak Fertilizer, but first I wanted to highlight about the fact. The fact and another stock which we have discussed is Paradise Phosphorus. So both stock was on our radar, has generated very good return. Even at current market price, if you look at the fact chart, the prices is sustaining about 900 level. So you can go long at current market price, keep a strict stop loss below 900 and you can expect a good amount of rally. Coming to the Deepak Fertilizer, the stock price is giving a fresh breakout. Definitely it is considering as a cup and handle pattern. Stock price is trading about all important moving averages. So a very good setup on daily price chart. You can go long, keep a strict stop loss below 1600. You can expect price target of 2000 for sure. But it is a long term bet. At least for 3 to 6 months, if you are okay to hold this particular stock, you can go long on fertilizer stock for sure.
Okay. Against that backdrop, let's look at what else is buzzing in the large cap space. I see a strong move coming into Grasim, 2.7%, a percentage point higher at 2766. Remember, this is not a stock that we discuss often, and this is moving. This is a nice swing trade in the making. Even FNO players will really appreciate this. 2890 for you, which was the most recent high in late June. From then on, selling pressure, and now what you see is 2766. A medium-term view on Grasim, Kiranji?
So all cement sector doing very good, honestly speaking. If you look at now, the monsoon is going on, and after monsoon, again the real estate theme will play out, or the activity will start. So you see Grasim at daily price chart, it has made a very good bottom near its 50 days moving average, and since 3 days is back into the height of high button, despite market is into the falling trend only. So Grasim has given a fresh breakout of falling channel. You can go long at current market price, keep a strict stop loss below 2700, and definitely you can expect price target of 2900 for sure. So Grasim, it's very good at current market price. Definitely you can go long.
Okay, and one long-term stock in the mid-cap cement space is perking up after a massive sell-off. Kiranji, a view on Orient Cement. What you see is 252 rupees in front of you. This is an erstwhile favorite in the cement space, probably a takeover candidate, but we've seen better days, which is 380 somewhere in October last year, and 246 as in early part of July. Kiranji, a view on Orient?
So Orient rally has started in 2023 from 120, 130 level. It went up to 300 level. Again, it dropped somewhere around 250, 200 level, consolidated, and then again it started a rally where it made a high of 388. Now again, stock price is retesting its previous resistance level. Now it is acting as a support level. So one can use as an accumulation zone. Keep a stop loss below 230. If prices is not breaching below 230, then definitely you can expect some sharp amount of rally towards 280, 290. So risk reward ratio is 1:1, but definitely you can go long, keeping a strict stop loss of 230.
Okay, Kiranji, as always, thank you so much for your time and quality inputs, particularly on Gland Pharma and Sun Pharma, as also Pradeep Phosphates. We look forward to interacting with you again. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you.
Coming back to the markets, flat as flat can be. 15 points higher on the Nifty, 24,835. 60 points down on Nifty Bank, flat on the IT index, 35,312. The IT index needs to be watched, ladies and gentlemen, for the month of August. It's a 10 percentage point cut on the index itself in July. So it's a very, very painful time for IT companies. We saw 39,450 on 2nd of July, and we are at 35,300. So it's a 4,000 point cut, 11%, 10% cut on the index itself. What talk about individual stocks like TCS, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra? They've lost 15-14%. So smart money just might move into this kind of a sector, but it might also get a little worried because returns could be much lower. A strong move is coming into Indraprasth Medical, 477. This is after many days of consistent selling. So please keep an eye out on this one. And 950 for you. Let's wrap the session for the first hour here, and then we'll again convene later in the afternoon. But the bus continues on first quarter earnings. Today, managements of Asian Paints and managements of Karnataka Bank will be joining us during the day. Stay tuned.
welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Patra, and this is, an earnings conversation that we're going to be having with Wari Energy's top management.